News.
As we come on the air at 5, troubling breaking news. A man made threats at a Memphis school, tried to break into the building, and fired a gun.
The man could not get into the school because it had proper hardened security. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my channel, like my content, and what I do here, you can support me with the link in the description box. Everything is appreciated. Let's talk about this now. Okay, this actually transpired in July. In Memphis, Tennessee, a man carrying a gun tried to enter a school. What his intentions were at the time are unknown because he did not get into the building because the school was properly secured and hardened against such things. Now, if you remember, Democrats made a big argument against putting more money into school security because of what happened in Uvalde, but they once again left out half the information, as they always do, by not acknowledging that someone left the door open for the shooter to enter. You saw a little bit of the video. I want to go ahead and I want to play this now. Just want to give you a heads up. I'm talking about this because I'm going to bring you back to two other incidents. One happened this year, and the one in the second story I talked about was about a year and a half ago, because I'm going to show a little hypocrisy to the Democrats' ideals here. But let's listen to the video and we're going to come back.
I personally truly believe that we have avoided a tragedy. I think this suspect was going to harm somebody before the day was over.
Naturally, a case like this makes us all pause for a moment as we look forward to our children going back to school over the next couple of weeks.
Police say the man first tried to break into Margolin Hebrew Academy this afternoon. That's off of White Station Road in East Memphis. When he couldn't get in, they say he fired a gun. Police caught up with him on McCrory Avenue where he was shot.
This is where it happened. This is what we know at this hour. Police say using pictures and a description, they were able to track down the suspect just a few minutes from the school. Now, they say he was driving a maroon truck, and when they got enough officers to pull the suspect over here at McCrory and Berclair, they pulled him over. They say at that point, the suspect got out of the truck with a gun in hand. That's when a Memphis police officer fired a shot at him, hitting the suspect. Investigators say the suspect was taken to Regional 1 in critical condition.
Heard that and you saw that. He could not get past the barriers to get into the school. He started shooting outside the school. Once he started shooting out of school, that's when police came. You heard that. They shot him. He's still alive. He apparently had some mental issues that people were starting to, really take notice of and worry about. But the fact that he was just arbitrarily shooting outside the school, what was he going to do inside the school? Definitely, as the police chief said, a tragedy had been averted. Why was it averted? Because they had proper hardened security. Now, I just want to go over briefly the details here. I'm just jump into this article here. But an armed man tried walking into a Jewish school in Memphis and opened fire outside when he couldn't get in, police say. Okay, authorities shot a man after they say he fired shots at a Jewish school in Memphis, Tennessee, Monday afternoon. Memphis police were called to the Margolin Hebrew Academy Feinstone Yeshiva of the South around 12:20 p.m. after an armed man tried to enter the school, according to Memphis Police Assistant Chief Don Crow. Police said the suspect tried to enter the building but couldn't get inside. When he could not gain entry, he fired shots outside the school, which leads to the previous question I asked. If he's willing to shoot shots outside the school, what was he going to do inside the school? No one was injured at the school. Okay. I don't need to get too much deeper into that because the video is very, very, very good. But he was shot. Now, the underlying information is he used to attend that school. He's Jewish also, so there's no angle of the media for white supremacy, which they usually are very quick to rush to. But what I want to talk about is the huge difference when it comes to school security between the Democrats and the Republicans. Republicans pushed for a school safety bill. I'm going to bring that up. Remember, I did a video. A school safety bill was pushed through. This was after the Marjorie Stoneman, this is the Parkland shooting, by two parents of two of the victims. And it made it through to the House, but then Schumer blocked it because he wanted to push his, what I call the white supremacy bill. Basically what that bill was, any white person that didn't agree with the Democrats was going to be called a white supremacist. That's the only way I saw that bill. But he wanted to push that through, so he stalled the bill from these two parents to harden, put more money into school security to push through his own bill. Then, if you remember, I did a video on a spat on the Senate floor between Ted Cruz of Texas and our illustrious Senator Murphy from Connecticut, where Cruz was presenting a bill to allow schools and districts to use money, COVID money, that they already had in any way they saw fit to put schools, to increase school security. Democrats, along with Murphy, blocked it. So you can go back and watch those. It's fascinating to me that the party that says they care so much about children don't want to put money, existing money that the schools already had, and allow them to use it to make safer environment for children. It's a bizarre thing. And this story here is a clear example of when you have the proper security, you have the proper safety. None of these kids have to leave. They could stay right where they were because this guy's not getting in. But yet you go back in history and look at these school safety bills and look at the party who tried to block each one of them. But this story has been low-keyed. You got some national airplay, but it's been low-keyed, this story out of Memphis. Okay? Very low-keyed, because I guarantee you, if he'd have gotten in and killed some of these children and maybe some adults, these same people who claim that they care about school safety would be running up front and center screaming gun control. It's just bizarre how that happens. But I saw this story and I thought, this is what happens when you do things right. So this one is a story that was done right. They had the proper security and stopped somebody who obviously had every intention of causing harm to anyone in his path. On a side note, I want you to take notice. You remember the shooting by the transgender at the Christian-based school? We have not seen that manifesto to this day. Period. It shows you that there's another game afoot. This story and many other stories that I've talked about, where people use firearms in a positive manner to defend themselves and someone else. These stories get downplayed and underplayed, while any story of a tragedy, specifically with an so-called assault rifle, is literally at the top of the news hour, 24 cycle, and you hear about it for weeks and in some cases for years. But kudos to the police here in Memphis. They did their job and prevented a tragedy, mostly because the school was locked down. That's the biggest thing. And just like I said, just keep in mind, think of just what party tends to argue against funding school security. And you have to ask yourself, why? But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.